Hello guys, how are you? Top 10 Most Popular Animals in Canada, Wildlife Documentary. Canada is a vast and beautiful country that is home to an abundance of wildlife. From majestic birds to powerful predators, the wildlife of Canada is as varied as the land itself. Whether you're looking to observe wild animals in the wild or learn about them from the comfort of your home, a wildlife documentary is the perfect way to do so. In this blog, we'll explore the top 10 most popular animals in Canada, the benefits of watching wildlife documentaries, and the best wildlife documentaries to watch right now. We'll also discuss Canada's ongoing conservation efforts and how you can get involved. So, if you're interested in learning more about Canada's incredible wildlife, read on. Introduction to animals in Canada. Canada is a country of incredible diversity, and its wildlife is no exception. From the snow-capped mountains of British Columbia to the lush forests of Ontario, Canada is home to a variety of wildlife species. From majestic birds to powerful predators, Canada's wildlife is as varied as the land itself. Whether you're looking to observe wild animals in their natural habitats or learn more about them from the comfort of your home, it's important to understand the animals that inhabit Canada. Overview of Canada's wildlife. Canada is home to a variety of wildlife species, including mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Mammals such as moose, caribou, and grizzly bears are some of the most iconic animals in Canada. Birds such as bald eagles, owls, and kingfishers can also be found throughout the country. Reptiles such as snakes and lizards, amphibians such as frogs and salamanders, and fish such as salmon and trout are also commonplace throughout Canada. In addition to the more well-known animals, there are also many species of insects and invertebrates that inhabit Canada's diverse ecosystems. These species include dragonflies, butterflies, and spiders. Each species plays an important role in the functioning of its ecosystem and is essential to maintaining the health of the environment. The most popular animals in Canada. When it comes to the most popular animals in Canada, it's no surprise that the iconic moose, caribou, and grizzly bear take the top spots. These large mammals are a symbol of Canada and can be found throughout much of the country. Other popular animals in Canada include bald eagles, wolves, and beavers. These animals are also found throughout the country and are an important part of the country's natural heritage. In addition to these larger mammals, there are a number of smaller animals that are popular amongst Canadians as well. These animals include coyotes, deer, and foxes. These animals may not be as well known as their larger counterparts, but they are still important parts of the Canadian landscape. The top 10 most popular animals in Canada. 1. Moose. 2. Caribou. 3. Grizzly bear. 4. Bald eagle. 5. Wolf. 6. Beaver. 7. Coyote. 8. Deer. 9. Fox. 10. Canada goose. Moose, caribou, and grizzly bears are the most popular animals in Canada and are a symbol of the country's natural heritage. These large mammals can be found throughout much of the country and are an important part of the local ecosystem. Bald eagles, wolves, and beavers are also popular animals in Canada and can be found in many areas of the country. Coyotes, deer, foxes, and Canada geese are also popular animals in Canada and play an important role in their respective ecosystems. The benefits of wildlife documentaries. Watching wildlife documentaries can be an incredibly rewarding experience. Not only do they offer insight into the lives of animals in their natural habitats, but they can also provide important information about Canada's wildlife and the importance of conservation. Wild animals are an integral part of the Canadian ecosystem, and understanding their behaviors and habits is essential to preserving their populations. Wildlife documentaries can also provide a unique educational opportunity, as they can be used to teach children and adults alike about the importance of conservation and the need to protect and preserve Canada's wildlife. Furthermore, wildlife documentaries are an excellent way to raise awareness about the plight of endangered species and how we can help to ensure their survival. The best wildlife documentaries in Canada. There are a number of excellent wildlife documentaries available in Canada. The following are some of the best wildlife documentaries available in Canada. Wolves of the North. This documentary follows the lives of a pack of wolves as they navigate their way through the harsh Canadian wilderness. Grizzlies of the Rockies. This documentary takes viewers on a journey through the Rocky Mountains and follows a family of grizzlies as they attempt to survive the harsh environment. Birds of Prey. This documentary follows a group of raptors as they hunt in the Canadian wilderness. Polar Bears of the North. This documentary follows a family of polar bears as they attempt to survive in their harsh environment. Caribou of the North. This documentary follows a herd of caribou as they traverse the Canadian landscape in search of food. These documentaries provide viewers with an inside look into the lives of Canada's wildlife and the importance of conservation. Canada's wildlife conservation efforts. Canada is home to a variety of wildlife species, and the government has taken steps to protect and conserve these species. The Canada Wildlife Act of 1973 established the Canadian Wildlife Service, which is responsible for the protection and conservation of wildlife in Canada. The Canadian Wildlife Service works to protect and manage species at risk, maintain habitat for wildlife, and promote the sustainable use of natural resources. In addition to the Canadian Wildlife Service, there are a number of other organizations and initiatives that are dedicated to the protection and conservation of Canada's wildlife. These organizations include the World Wildlife Fund Canada, the Nature Conservancy of Canada, and the Canadian Wildlife Federation. These organizations work to protect and conserve Canada's wildlife and their habitats through research, education, and conservation efforts. Exploring different species in the Great White North. Canada is home to a variety of wildlife species, and there are a number of ways to explore these species. From birdwatching to whale watching, there are a number of ways to observe and learn about the animals of Canada. Birdwatching is an excellent way to observe some of Canada's most iconic bird species, such as bald eagles, owls, and kingfishers. Whale watching is another popular activity in Canada and provides an opportunity to observe some of the country's most impressive marine mammals, such as orcas and humpback whales. For those looking to explore Canada's wildlife in a more hands-on way, the country is home to a number of zoos and wildlife parks. These parks and zoos provide an opportunity to observe animals in a more controlled environment and are an excellent way to learn about the animals of Canada. How to support Canada's wildlife. Canada is home to some of the world's most iconic wildlife species, and supporting their conservation is important for their continued existence. One of the best ways to support Canada's wildlife is to donate to organizations that are dedicated to their conservation. Organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund Canada, the Nature Conservancy of Canada, and the Canadian Wildlife Federation work to protect and conserve Canada's wildlife and their habitats and are always in need of financial support. In addition to donating to conservation organizations, there are a number of other ways to support Canada's wildlife. Purchasing sustainable seafood, avoiding products that contain animal ingredients, and reducing waste are all ways to support Canada's wildlife. Additionally, participating in citizen science programs is a great way to contribute to the conservation of Canada's wildlife. Conclusion. Canada is home to a variety of wildlife species, and watching wildlife documentaries is a great way to learn more about them. From moose, caribou, and grizzly bears to bald eagles, wolves, and beavers, these animals are an important part of Canada's natural heritage. Additionally, there are a number of organizations and initiatives dedicated to the protection and conservation of Canada's wildlife. Donating to these organizations, participating in citizen science programs, and reducing waste are all ways to support Canada's wildlife. So, if you're interested in exploring Canada's incredible wildlife, now is the perfect time to do so. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos about the amazing animals of the world. Thanks for watching.